In today's video, I am going to be showing you a workout that I recently did with David as well as Daniel together. Daniel is a senior on my high school team that I coach, and David is a grade 7 player who plays up a year for the grade 8 team that I coach as well, the AAU team. So let's get down, let's check out these two amazing players and of course the workout that they did. Make sure to go check out the hardest basketball shooting workout down in the description below. So the whole main idea behind this video is for single leg strength as well as a lot of core strength, both of which do help a ton when it comes to jumping higher. Right here we're doing a lunge and then we are slamming the basketball down, or the weighted ball, or whatever you are using. You can use a basketball if you're younger, or you can use a medicine ball. This one, if I remember correctly, is 8 pounds or 12 pounds. I just seen it on the screen. But this one is a 12-pound medicine ball. And this is massive for core strength. This is also good for, of course, your shoulders, being able to withstand those hard hits. The one thing I will tell you is do not let your knee go too far past your toes. You want to be over top of your toes and no farther. This is very important so that you can limit the wear and tear on your knees. This is a fantastic exercise. Definitely do this at home. Now this next one is basically you're going to be taking a step off of a step or a box or whatever, landing on both feet at the same exact time, landing on your toes so that you can withstand the pressures. Do a slight dip like you're trying to right there, as we can see David doing it. Take that slight dip so that you can basically imitate yourself coming down from a jump. That helps load those muscles, slam that ball, and then jump back up. Basically what we are doing is doing this exercise to limit injuries, and that is the main aspect of this. We are holding the weight on the way down, absorb the weight, throw the weight, that's going to help the core, and then do a jump to, of course, help the ability to jump higher. Daniel's doing it here, and with Daniel, he's able to really handle that 12-pound weight a lot better. He is a lot older. He's got about 5 or 6 years on, or 4 or 5 or 6 years on David. But as we can see with Daniel, when he throws that ball, he goes over top of his head and then he slams it down. Next is going to be single leg strength, and single leg strength is extremely important because we're not always jumping off of 2 feet at the same exact time. As we can see here, this is absolutely perfect. David does it perfectly here. Knee over toe. At the end, he started getting a bit tired, started cheating just a bit, but he was able to get it done. Again, what we're doing here is really working on that single leg strength. You don't want to rush through it. You want to go at a good pace, as we see right here. Now we see Daniel doing this, but I've loaded it for Daniel because he is older and he's been able to do this stuff for a long time. So what we are doing here is the same thing as what we got David to do, but with Daniel, we're getting him to hop up. That really will help a ton. He's going to be jumping, he's going to be dunking like crazy. Now we have David again. Now these are very simple to do. Everyone can do them. You can even load a lot more weight than what we have here. You could easily load yourself heavier than 12 pounds. And all you're doing is touching your butt to the chair or to the box or whatever you're using, and then standing back up, trying to keep yourself balanced. You don't want to be overloading one leg over the other. You don't want to be using your core all that much either. And you're trying to stay perfectly balanced, perfect posture. Your shoulders over your knees, over your toes if you need it. Now we're loading that same exact exercise again, except now we're adding in a jump at the end. So same thing, standing up from the box and then doing a jump. Not using our hand at all, or our hands at all, keeping our hands on the weight, in this case a 12-pound medicine ball, and then going up into the jump. This is really going to help our core, our lower back, And here we have Daniel doing it as well. Same idea, not using his hands to get momentum. We are using that lower back, that core, those hips, and then going up into our jump. This is absolutely amazing if you're looking to jump higher. Now this next exercise is another load on the exact same thing, except here we are using one leg instead of two. Again, going to that single leg strength. This is ridiculously important if you're looking to jump higher. We're going to be having the ability to go up on one leg or two legs to dunk or to do a layup. And that single leg strength is also going to be working on those stabilizing muscles around the knee. So anytime that you may get bumped in the side of the knee or whatever, instead of it being a major injury, it could be a minor. Instead of a minor injury, it could be nothing. So this is extremely important. It doesn't matter what age you are. If you're younger, you don't necessarily have to use the weights. But if you're younger and you're a parent watching this or whatever, even if your kid is like 6 or 7 years old, you can still get him to stand up from a chair from using one single leg, because he's using body strength, body weight. And at that point, now he's going to be a much healthier kid, but also somebody who's going to be jumping really high someday. But again, with Daniel, or right now, what we were seeing is again the ability to go up on one leg. Now we're going and loading that same exercise again, this time with David. And what we're doing is we're going up, we're jumping with one leg, landing on one leg, hopping over with that same leg, landing on two, and then slamming the ball, and then jumping back up. And again, this is going to help our single leg strength, our ability to stay stable while hopping on one leg to the side. Whatever you do on one side, you also want to do to the other side as well. And then, of course, trying to jump as high as you can. This is really tiring stuff. At this point, you may not be able to do 10 or 15 reps. You may only be able to do 3 or 4, but even still, trying to push your body past where you feel comfortable is going to allow you to gain that strength faster. You don't want to end and say, well, I could have still done another 30, 40 reps. No, you want to end when you say, okay, my legs are not shaking yet. You don't want to leave with your legs shaking, but you want to leave saying, man, I feel good. I can still do a little bit of a jog. I can still run maybe a pickup game if I go light. But you don't want to leave saying, man, I can't even walk to my car. So you have to be able to essentially within an hour or two still be able to play a game. That's my idea of a workout. And with that, you're going to be able to really accelerate your ability to jump higher. Single leg and double length leg strength is huge. Here we're working on our hips. This is the same movement as what you would be doing in game if you were doing a quick jab step and then attacking the basket. We're really working on those hips. We're working on that core. And now ideally we would want them to throw the ball as soon as they turn back, as we see right there with Daniel. And then right there with David, this 12-pound weight, after seeing this video, David may have been better off using an 8 or a 10-pound, but it's still good to try to push him just a bit. Both of these players are going to be absolutely fantastic this year, and they're going to be getting a ton of points. I hope that this video has helped you be able to jump higher in the future, maybe dunk a basketball, and of course make sure to go check out the hardest basketball shooting workout down in the description below. I'll see you guys next time. Hit that like button and subscribe.